Hey everyone, thank you so much for stopping by today's video. Today is going to be my intro for my Project Use It Up 2016 Project Pan Challenge. I used to make these types of videos last year, but I failed miserably at it. I just stopped making progress on the products. I stopped updating you guys on the progress that I was making, if only a little bit. And I also just stopped working on the products, period, after a while. So I kind of failed really miserably at the project last year, but I wanted to start back doing it again this year and really stay focused with it this year. And I think by doing it the way that I'm going to do it this year, I'm going to be a lot more successful than I was last year. And I really think that I'll be able to hone in and really focus on these products that I'm going to be using. And this is going to be a continuous or rolling project pan. So every time I use up something, I'm going to replace it with something else and just keep it going. I don't have an exact end date for when I want this project to stop, but I do want to at least do it until the end of the year, because around that time I will be making some changes. I'll probably be moving and things like that. So I really do want to like wrap it up around the end of the year and be done with it. So I have 6 months to really just go ahead and use up a bunch of things in my collection, and I feel like I will be able to get through a lot of the products as long as I just, you know, stay focused and keep updating you guys and just keep working on them, because you can't use anything up unless you keep working on it. Some of these products were in the project last year, and that's only because, like I said, after a while I just stopped working on them completely, and I really want to get them used up because they really need to be used up. So I don't want this video to be super duper long, so I'm gonna move on to the products now. So the first thing I have here is my Too Faced Natural Matte Palette, and you guys have probably seen this if you've watched any of my previous videos. This is the eyeshadow palette that I've been using to do my eyeshadow for work every day, and I want to just hit pan on these two shadows right here at the bottom. I have a thing now where I want to start using the eyeshadows that are in my eyeshadow palettes because I have a ton of them and I feel like they don't get used enough. So I want to start trying to hit pan on eyeshadows in my palette, so I'll be rotating through them. Whenever I hit pan on these two eyeshadows, I will rotate and get another palette and work on that palette to hit pan on some shades in that palette, and so on and so forth. So as of right now, I'm just focusing on these two, and I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see, but they already have humongous dips in them already, and I've been working on these like every day for like the last month. So I really want to just focus on these, get them pan, and then move on to another eyeshadow palette in my collection. The next thing I have here is a Bobbi brown corrector, and this is in the shade Dark Peach. And I don't know if I had this in the project last year, but I think I did. This thing takes forever to use up. It is such a small pan, but I swear you only need a little bit of this product, and it doesn't go fast at all. It's very thick, it's creamy, so you don't have to use a lot. And this is how much I have left, so you guys can see that I've hit a little bit of pan right there in the middle, and I've been using this consistently every time I do my makeup for work. And I've really been trying to work through it because this product is actually really old, and I mean, it doesn't smell funny and the consistency is still fine. I just really want to get it used up because I feel like I need to get rid of it. So I have that. The next thing I have here is a blush, and this is from e.l.f. And I actually finished up the blush that was in my project last year. If you guys remember watching those videos, I actually finished that blush up. So I was super duper proud of myself, and I was like, I can definitely do this again. So I'm adding another blush from e.l.f. and this is in the shade Berry Mary. And this is what it looks like, and it is a gorgeous everyday blush for me. I wear this regardless of the time of the year, fall, winter, spring, summer. It just looks gorgeous on my skin tone, and it has a really nice shimmer to it. That's it swatched right there. It has a gold sheen to it, and I don't know if you guys can see, but I do have a dip going in it already right there in the corner. So I feel like this probably won't get used up by the end of the year, but I feel like I will make enough progress on this where I'll, you know, put it back in my collection and not worry about it for a while. But if I can go ahead and use it up in the next 6 months, I definitely want to do that. So that is the e.l.f. blush in Berry Mary. Also from e.l.f. I have a pressed powder in the shade Almond, and this is pretty much almost done. I was using this to actually set my under eyes for my highlight concealer that I was using, but I've started using this as an all over face powder just to hurry up and get it out because it's almost done, and I don't want this hanging around for too long because it's super duper old. And even though powder products, you know, take a longer time to really go bad, I still don't want to be using this on my skin if it is bad. So I just want to go ahead and get this used up, and I only have just around the edges to go. And when it gets too hard for me to actually use it and there's only product around the edges, I am going to call it done. I'm not going to crush it up or repress it. I don't do any of that, so I'm just going to use up what's left and then call it quits. I do have a foundation that I want to go ahead and finish up, and this is sort of like a gimme product because this is almost done. This is the Dior Skin Star Broad Spectrum SPF 30 Longwear Foundation, and I've been using this a lot. I usually use this in my tutorials. I use this today for my makeup. I use it a lot, and if I had to guess, I would say that it's pretty much down here because every time I go to pump it out, I have to pump it a couple of times before I actually get enough product out to cover up my face. So like I said, this is just a gimme product. I know that this is going to be done, and yeah, I don't even know why I'm mentioning this product, but I will be doing updates on these things like every month so that I'll have enough time to actually work through the products and then be able to show you guys some progress. So I'm pretty sure by the next update that foundation will be gone. I have 3 of these e.l.f. tone correcting concealers, and these are in the shade Spice, and I don't know why I went crazy and just bought a ton of these, but they need to be used up. They're super old, and I just use them every day as a highlight concealer for work. They're a good everyday concealer, but I definitely would not recommend these because they're really watery, and you know, they don't cover a lot. They're great as a highlight concealer or if you don't have much to cover up, but they do end up creasing throughout the day unless you really set them with a powder, and then they still end up creasing like as the day goes on. So I would not recommend these, but I just bought a ton of them, and they were only like $2, but I really want to get them used up. I've already used up one of them, and I have these 3 left. So yeah, just trying to work through these and get them out of my collection. Another concealer that I have is my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and this is in the shade Caramel, and I've had this for so long, and I think I'm about right here with it. I didn't mark it, but if I had to say, I'm about right where the C is on concealer on the back of the packaging, and I really want to get this used up because like I said, I've had it for so long, and this is actually one of my favorite concealers, but I feel like for the time that I've had it, I should have been done with it already for it to be like my favorite concealer, and I just really want to get it used up because I hate for products that I really like or have spent a lot of money on to be expired, and then I'm using them on my skin and, you know, messing up my skin. So I just really want to use this up and then get it out of my collection, and I'll work through some more concealers before I end up repurchasing this one. Concealer, I have the NYX Conceal, Correct, and Contour palette. This is in the shade Deep, and this is broken, so even more reason for me to want to actually finish up this palette. But as of right now, I'm only working on these 3 shades right here. So this one is what I use to go ahead and clean up my brows. I'm using this as my contour every day, and then I'm using this as my color corrector to go ahead and color correct the dark marks on my skin. So I just really want to focus on those, and then I'll go from there and see if I want to keep the palette and use up these 2 shades right here, or just get rid of it after that because it's getting a little grimy from not having the packaging directly on top of it, and like little hairs and brush hairs are getting stuck in there, and I don't like how that looks. It looks really disgusting. So I just want to use those up, and then we'll go from there and see what I want to do with this. This was also in my project last year, and this is the Bobbi Brown Foundation Stick in Espresso. This is what I use to contour my cheeks, and this is how much product I have left. So compared to last year, I definitely have used a crap ton of product on this, but I feel like this is going to go bad on me before I can use it all the way up. Hopefully by the end of the year I can have just this little bit used up, but I don't know. It's a very slow moving product, and I don't cream contour every single day, of course not, because I work in the army and I work outside a lot, so I don't really do a full face of makeup every single day. But if you guys can see down into the packaging, I have used up quite a bit of it since I've had this product, and I think I've had this product at least since 2014, so 2 years now, and I really just want to get it used up, and I feel like I can do it. I feel like that's not a lot to be used up in 6 months if I use it consistently, and every time I do my makeup I feel like I can get it used up. I do have it on today, so I'm just gonna work through that and we're gonna see how that goes. I have this eyeshadow primer from Too Faced, and this is the Shadow Insurance Anti-Crease Eyeshadow Primer. I've used up a mini size of these before, so I know how much product is in these. The mini size was probably about that big, and I used that thing for like 4 or 5 months, probably even longer. So this one I know it's going to take me a while. I've been working on it already, and I've been using it since about the beginning of the year, so I know that it's going to take me a while to use this up. I just have so many eyeshadow primers from Too Faced and Lorac and just everywhere. I need to go ahead and just start using up my eyeshadow primers and just get them out of my collection. So yeah, just going to be working on this one, and I know this is probably going to be a product that's going to be hanging around until the end of the year, but I'm going to work on it consistently and see how far I get with this. I have this Ofa Eyebrow Universal Pencil, and I do not like this at all. It is one of those fat, just regular eyebrow pencils. This doesn't have a whole lot of pigmentation. I just really do not like it. It's a very dry type of pencil. That's a swatch of it right there. I just don't like it, but I mean, I don't have much of this left. I did mark it on a paper so that you guys can see my progress. So hopefully I can do this and do it right, but if I hold it there, then that's where I'm at with the line. So I will be showing you guys the progress of me using this. I'm gonna just try and use this every time I do my brows, just to draw the shape out first and then go over it with my ColourPop brow color and see if I can get this used up. I just really do not like this and want it going out of my collection. I have this eyeliner from Sephora, and this is the Contour Eye Pencil 12-Hour Wear Liner, and I love these things. You guys know, if you watch my videos, that I have a ton of different colors with these and I use them all the time. I think they're a great eye pencil. They stay in my waterline. I do think they're waterproof. I love putting them on my upper lash line. I just think they're really good pencils, and they come in so many different colors, and I believe that they're only like $12 maybe, or maybe less than that, I don't know, but they come in an array of colors, and this one is in the shade Flirting Game, and it is just like a taupe shimmer shade. That's it right there. That's what I've been using to go ahead and line my upper lash line and my waterline when I do my eyeshadow for work every day. And I did mark this on the paper as well, and if I line it up correctly, this is about where I am with that one. So yeah, gonna show you guys the progress I make on that on the paper as well. As of right now, these are going to be the last 3 products that I have. I didn't want to overwhelm myself with a ton of products, even though this is going to be an ongoing project all the way to the end of the year. Like I said, once I use up a product, I will be rotating things in, so I will always have products coming in and going out. So like I said, I didn't want to just overwhelm myself and just pick like 30 or 40 products to use all the way to the end of the year. I'll just rotate them in as necessary. So my last 3 products are actually the lip combination that I wear every day to work. So the first thing is the NYX lip liner in the shade Brown, and I have no problem using up lip liners from NYX. I absolutely love their lip liners, and I always get like these natural neutral My Lips But Better colors, because I feel like that they really help with my bright lipsticks or my nude lipsticks. They really help them to go on and look better with my skin tone. So I've already used up like 3 NYX lip liners in the last like year, so I know that I can go through this one. And again, I did mark it on the paper, so holding it on the paper, that is about where I am with my progress, and with my start, and I will show you guys my progress on that. So yeah, I just go ahead and line my lips with this every single day and then go in with my lip colors. So the next thing I have is the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the shade Candice, and this was like my first ever lip product from NYX. This is one of my oldest products that I have from NYX, and I absolutely love this color. It's a very nice natural color for me to wear every single day. That's it right there. It's like the perfect everyday natural rosy tone color for my lips. Absolutely love this. And from judging on the package, if I had to go ahead and guesstimate how much is in here, I would say I'm about halfway with this product. So not a lot. Since it is opaque, I can't really show you guys the progress that I'm gonna make, but I'm gonna just use it every single day. I'll let you guys know if I used it a ton for the month, or if I didn't really touch it at all, or if I felt like I made, you know, little to no progress on it. I will let you guys know, since I don't have any way of actually marking this and showing you guys. And the very last product is just a lip gloss, and this is a shimmer lip gloss. This is a shimmer lip gloss from e.l.f. in the shade Maui. It's just a nice peachy pink color, and I did have this sitting out on my dresser so I can go ahead and show you guys exactly where the progress is. I am right there with it, so I would say about a quarter of the way done with it. I mean, a third of the way done with this. So right there, and this is actually very easy for me to use up. I've actually already used up one of these e.l.f. shimmer glosses already recently, and I think it took me about a month and a half to use up this full thing of lip gloss. These are actually very sticky, so they do last a long time on the lips, so I don't have to reapply as often. But since I drink a lot of water and I'm outside a lot, you know, I try to reapply it after every time I, you know, drink a bunch of water or something, so that I can go ahead and get through this quicker. So that's all the products I have to show you guys right now. I am going to try, like I said, and stay focused and really make some progress on these products and really make sure that I'm updating you guys when I'm supposed to every single month, and just, you know, focus on using these things up, because I really do want to get a lot of these things out of my collection, whether they're old or I've had them for a really long time, or I really do love them and don't want them to expire before I can use them up. So I'm really just going to work on this, and I hope you guys stay updated with my progress and watch these videos. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. And give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and leave me a comment down below letting me know if you are doing a project pan or something like that, and I will go and check out your video or your Instagram if you're doing it on Instagram. Thank you guys so much for watching as always, and I will see you all in the next video.